Convention Rants is a segment where I take a topic from an anime convention and give you my raw, honest opinion on it for the purpose of sparking ideas and debates. Please enjoy. Today, we're talking about finding your first anime convention, or just finding more conventions in general, say you've only been to one or two and you're still not really sure how to find anime conventions in a very easy way. It actually is pretty easy, to be honest. The first thing you want to do when you've never been to an anime convention is, if you've got any friends that go to cons, this one is really obvious, but if you've got any friends, talk to those friends. They have been to cons, they know what's going on. Even if you're not good friends with them and you just kind of know them, but you know they go to cons, kind of try and talk to those people, get to know them, because if they go to cons, inevitably you're gonna meet them at a con and you're probably gonna hang out eventually. So just start it up, open it up, ask that person about cons, what's some good cons in your area, and I guarantee they're gonna know, they're gonna be able to help you out. But now let's say you don't know anyone who goes to any cons, which is very possible, and is how I was and how most people I know who get into cons are. I've got a website called animecons.com. It's literally the first website that comes up if you just Google anime conventions, but I'm gonna put it in the description to this video, so you can go there and click on it and check it out. It's got pretty much every convention that I've ever heard of on there. I know at least for America. I haven't checked outside of America, so I'm not sure, but go and check that website out. It'll tell you what cons are coming up, and it tells you where they're at, by area, so you can look for your state and find ones that are close to you in your state, or if you're willing to travel a little bit, look for states around your state. Yeah, go and check that out. But if you don't live in America, or you're on there and you don't see any in your area, another easy way to do that you can do even without going to that website is just go to Google and type in anime conventions in your state. This also seems pretty obvious, but it's something I never thought to do when I was first looking for cons. I had to wait till I heard someone talking about it, and I'd wanted to go to cons for a long time. That's why I'm even talking about this, because, I don't know, when you haven't been, sometimes you just don't think of these things. So that's another thing you can do. Just go to Google, type it in. You'll probably find something. If not, you'll find something in your area. But I do really like the website in the description, so check that out. Now, once you started going to cons, once you found that first con and you've gone, you'll start to normally make some friends. Try and stay in contact with those friends a little bit and try and get into the community. There's actually a whole community with cons, and you'll notice it the more you go, the more you're going to see familiar faces. And there's just some people who are at every con, actually a lot of people. And you'll just start to get into this community, their names, you just make a lot of friends, and those people can help you find other cons. Just talk to them about other cons that they like to go to, and they'll tell you, where they are, when they are. It's really easy stuff. But also try and get into the community online, especially I know on Facebook, there's a lot of Facebook groups. If you just type in the con name that you went to, normally a group or an event page or something will pop up, and it'll probably have thousands of people in the group. If not thousands, then at least hundreds. And that way, when you go into that page, you'll see other people after your con's over talking about upcoming cons and asking who's going to these cons. And normally those cons are going to be in your area because those are people that went to a con in your area, so they're looking for other cons in that area. If you get into the community, it just makes finding more cons really easy. You don't really have to look it up online anymore because people will just tell you when they're happening and which ones are good and worth going to. The last thing I really want to talk about with going to cons and finding new cons that you haven't been to especially is to YouTube or Google, but I would recommend YouTubing that con. Just go to YouTube and type in that convention's name, maybe with the last year that it happened, but you don't really need the year, and just go through the videos, because a lot of people record at cons and post a lot of different footage. I know my channel especially, we post music videos and convention reviews. So with the reviews, you can just click on that and check out, oh, here's a review. They're going to talk about pretty much everything that happens at this con, and then they're going to give it a score. So if this con's worth your money or not. Now, obviously not every con has a review. There's not tons of people doing video reviews, but if you Google it, there's a good chance you can find a written review. Even if you don't find any reviews, you may find music videos. There's music videos for tons of cons, and if you watch those, it'll just give you an idea of what this convention is going to be like, because every convention's different. Though a lot of conventions will kind of feel the same, there's a lot of the same stuff going on, each convention is different, and each convention is just its own experience. So YouTube that, try and find some videos so you get an idea. You know, if there's a couple cons in your area, YouTube all those and look at which one you think is the best. Now you may get unlucky and there may be no music videos or reviews or anything. That just normally means it's kind of a smaller con, and nobody's really done this yet for it. But that doesn't mean it's a bad con. Just because you don't find something online, don't stress. Still check the con out. That's all I can really say for finding cons. I mean, it's really not that difficult when you get into it, but if you've never been to a con before, you may not really know where to start. Hopefully, I've given you some good tips, a little bit of advice on how to find your first con or how to continue with cons. Like I said earlier, try and make sure that you get into the convention community. It is really helpful and you'll meet a lot of awesome people. So good luck finding your first con or more cons, and I'll see you in later videos, guys. Have a good one. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like what I'm doing, please hit the subscribe button to see new videos having to do with gaming, anime, cosplay, and anime conventions every Sunday.